That not how's I doing? So a lot of people might not be on the same lines as me on this because a good lot of people now have voted yes to allow abortions in this country. And I say to people, I think we made the greatest mistake in the history of Ireland. Because I think it was the worst example of people not knowing, much about it and how it basically is killing unborn babies and it's killing alive babies. And it wasn't much talked about it. Many people didn't know how bad abortions is and how terrible it is. And I was brought up, well, my grandmother brought me up. She said that everybody matters. Every person who's alive matters. Every human matters. And I was always taught that. I was always told to respect people. To respect other people's lives and respect other people's, and to respect the lives of children and everything. And she, the same as every older person I know good elderly people, and they all would have voted no, because they would have thought it was the biggest sin ever to kill an unborn child. And it says in the Bible, any country that brings in abortion, will suffer consequences. And Ireland's, a country that's been obviously affected a lot by other things. And I think it was a huge mistake to even think about allowing abortions in this country. Because it's killing unborn children, and it's something I never will change my mind on, because I was very against the abortion referendum. There was no need for it. There was no need to bring an abortion to this country. You just think about all your unborn children being slaughtered, and that's the way I look at it. I know people will have different opinions, saying, "Oh, there was people going abroad and there was women going abroad to have abortions and everything like that." But it's the bigger picture. It's the bigger picture here. Because they do, you know, it's hard to tell, it's hard to comprehend. But these are alive babies being killed basically. Whatever about gay marriage and everything like that, I had no problem with that. I had no problem at all with that. And the same sex referendum and everything like that. But it's just the problem with abortion. I can never, say to anybody that, I never will support it. And the simplest I never will support it. And and it's probably because it was brought up with my grandmother. And it's because, you see these videos online, and then you can see yourself what abortion really is. Because a lot of people didn't know. A lot of younger people especially, they don't know that it is killing an innocent baby. And this country is a terror 20 years ago, even back 10 years ago, this country was a country that, was a country that was relied on across the world. That had was the most country that you had the right to life. And now everything's done a big U-turn. And again, I say to people, and I always say to women, because I know myself, there's some girls that have no other choice but to have an abortion. But I would say to people, that I always think about it, not jump the gun, and to think about it. But it was something that I never will accept, and thankfully, now in Cavan, because I used to be the only, I suppose, a political activist and the only person in Cavan, in both county council and local TD and everything. My pen's gone on the road. But yeah, thankfully now we have a chair of Cavan who is very anti-abortion, which is great, because everybody else in Fianna Gael and Fianna Fáil and Cavan are pro-abortion. And that is, it was hard. I know I said I was hard to be the only political activist who openly said in Cavan, abortion's wrong. And a lot of people said to me, I didn't know what I was talking about and everything. And I understand, and people will say straight away to me, women had to go abroad to get abortions, and I understand that, but it's the thing about killing unborn children. And it says in the Bible, so and that's something that can't be looked over. In other words, that if any country that brings in abortion will face consequences, will face suffering. So yeah, maybe we think about that. in the time, because again, it's just down to everything nowadays. It's just down to people don't understand that actions have consequences. It's just difficult, but thankfully, as I say, we have somebody in a high position in Cavan now that is anti-abortion, the same as myself, and we the two of us share the same opinion. She's with Anua, and a lot of people say Anua is not really a nationalist really party, but now in that regard, with abortion, they are on the same lines, I suppose, as ourselves. The majority of people watching me now, and which is great, obviously, to have somebody in Cavan that shares my opinion, that's in a politician who's elected the chair of Cavan. And it's good to have somebody else to have on your back. Let's just put that. It's good to have somebody else on your side. Because the majority of older people now, would think it's the devil's work, abortion. And that's what older people say when they talk about abortion in my part of Ireland. They say it's the devil. The devil's in it. Because they would always told us you would have huge respect for life. As myself, I was brought up myself, should respect everybody. Because everybody's a human being, the respect their unborn. And that's something that, my grandmother taught me. And that's changed me, that's changed me for better or for worse. And I think it was for the best. Because it gave me this outlook on that everybody's here on this planet. And that we have to try and keep as many people alive as we can keep alive. And to respect people's life and to respect their unborn's life. But, nowadays that means nothing, sadly. Anyway, take care everybody and bye.